That moment when you realize what a goofy mood you're in right as you're getting ready to start live streaming. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Charlie. I'm a non binary sci fi fantasy writer, and I'm kind of working on stuff. I've got a bunch of things in the pipeline, such as Super Secret Project number 4, which has taken an interesting new turn of late with some things that are now possible. And yeah, I'm also working on the Bells and the Dragon because I really want to get that finished by the end of the month, if at all possible. That would be lovely. And there's other things, but I'll talk about that in a little bit because I am not alone. I am joined by the why is my gate not working? I need to go do some things, including maybe hit it with a sledgehammer. That's why she's not here right now. Megan McCarthy, the wonderful, the amazing. Can you tell she has the new glasses? Cat Leo.
The purple.
So amazing. And the phenomenal, the makes bones out of Q-tips and scares people at church. Nettles. Sorry, I'll never get over that. That makes me so happy. And it's actually a halfway decent segue because I got put in charge of the Samhain service for our organization. So I will be doing the Creation Spirituality Interfaith Worship Experience. Oh my goodness, that's such a wonderful mouthful for Samhain. And I'm like really debating like how Samhain do I go?
Well, obviously we need bread or something. Some type of feast.
There's part of me that just wants to like tell the story of the Kaliak and just like, so be good children. Because for those of you who don't know, the Maiden of the Snows, the old hag of the snows, lives in the Northern Islands and up in the Hebrides. And around this time of year, on the Samhain night, she wakes up and goes, maybe people have had it a little bit too good, and starts draining the life and heat out of the world and goes flying on her way south to bring winter. That's the myth that actually goes along, one of the myths that goes along with Samhain. And because Celtic myths are so freaking metal, her name is the Kaliak. Like just sounds like it should be like all the metal songs right there. But
my laundry is now ready to go get taken out of the dryer, so I guess I'll be back.
I'm trying not to take too much inspiration from the pictures that we were shown in the before time, because I don't know how they would feel if I like showed up like all zombified. But like I really kind of want to do that. Like today we're going to meditate about death, and this is what I look like after I've been dead for like a month or two. Yeah. But no, I will behave somehow. How is everybody doing today? Let me know in the chat and on screen. And by the way, we have a community tab now. So I may have put 2 posts over there on it. One asking y'all what I should call Super Secret Project 4, because I feel like we should just come up with really obnoxious code words for things. And it's even better that you don't know what Super Secret Project 4 is, because that helps keep it Super Secret Project. If we just come up with a weird code word for Super Secret Projects 1 through 4. So if anybody has any ideas, do let me know. Ooh. Pizza. So, Kat. Can you tell where your computer is yet? How goes the depth perception after this morning?
My depth perception. So earlier, right after I got my glasses, we'll pretend this was like my credit card. My credit card's a lot smaller, so larger objects it's a little bit easier, except the ground. I was like trying to check out because I bought a mug that we're not telling Natalie about, because when she finds out I bought a mug, she's gonna be like, Kat, why did you buy another mug? We don't have room for another mug. And I'm like, it was nice. But I'm trying to check out at the store. I'm just like, just sliding right past the insert from the card machine.
It's somewhere over here.
And then like The ground seems a lot closer than it is.
Well, who knows? Maybe you're at a place where you can start flying. That's all you have to do to fly is throw yourself at the ground underneath. Hello, Stevie. How are you doing today? I'm really curious what Megan is opening.
Taco Bell.
Ooh.
I can no longer eat that.
Hello, cool gamer. How are you doing? You kind of want to build an atomic wedgie machine. I mean,
Not wrong.
yeah. Because, I think there's a fine line between just like general schoolyard hazing and corporal punishment, but maybe for certain politicians, like, you said a bad thing on the Senate floor, to the wedgie machine with you! Like, it'd be fine. Like, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. They are lovely, are they not? They're just so lovely. Hello, Jules. How are you doing today? Right? Like, I love telling stories from Celtic mythology because the names, like so many of the names, are just so good. It's like why I will always believe, like, no matter who's holding the office or what actual powers they have, best prime minister in the world is the prime minister of Ireland because he's the Taoiseach. Like, that just, how metal is that? Like, yeah, the Taoiseach today said, just, Irish is just one of the most beautifully metal languages. It puts German to shame, and yes, I said that, and I meant it. You did do laundry? Oh no! Laundry is a thing that happens. I don't know about that. I know that I am very tired, and these people are awesome. So, they're good on that. The clandestine project. I am glad. I'm hoping that these can be fun. And yes, pizza. We had pizza bites after the stream last night with like everything, because Brian was like in a mood and he went into the kitchen like, I want to make pizza bites, and he came back with a plate that had a piece of chicken on it, pizza bites, and egg rolls because he did things.
I'm sorry, did he go to a teenage girl slumber party?
Apparently that was our night last night. It was fun. Ooh, 2.5k left to right for the day. We can get there because hopefully I will get some writing as well. Take up to 14 days for depth perception. Yeah. But the fun thing is, at least when I have problems like that, I feel like I have a excuse that people can understand of why I'm just a klutz. I'm sorry, it's the glasses' fault. I don't have to take the blame anymore. It's the glasses.
Part of the problem, though, I have to leave my apartment. I have to go downstairs. That are already I don't like them already. And it's even worse.
Oh.
Project Down Low.
Okay, so I'm probably going to pick Project Down Low and Hush Hush Darling for the name of two of them, because knowing what two of them are, that cracks me up in ways that will become understandable later. So I'm probably going to be working on Hush Hush Darling if I'm not working on the Bells and the Dragon, because you have no idea how oddly inappropriately appropriate that is. That's two of them down. Let's see. There are people in your life who, yeah. I've got a couple of those. I feel this. Quiet words beyond the veil. Project Zippy. Okay, Super Secret Project 1 is now Project Zippy. that is definitely here. Let me make sure I'm writing this down so that I do not.
Okay, is it like Zippy or Zippy?
That's definitely Project Zippy.
Or like, is it the Zippy or the Zippy?
That's definitely Project Zippy, because that inappropriately appropriate. I love it. Dude, Project. So Super Secret Project 2 does not have a name yet. So Hush Star looking directly, and you are Project Elmo. That's great. You have no idea how wonderfully exciting that is. We're one short for having all of the super secret projects named. The surreptitious story. I had a project that would have been ideal for. Let's see. Carrie says Halloween decoration shopping was a bit of a bust. Oh no!
Oh,
You found some candles to try floating candle thing. That's just sad. There should always be Halloween decorations everywhere. Hello, Heather. How are you doing? I have listened to some pirate metal. I don't think any of it was specifically Celtic. I will have to look into this because there are some wonderful Celtic metal bands that I do listen to that I don't think could technically be called pirate metal. But oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look into that because there's nothing like listening to a metal song and all of a sudden a bagpipe comes in, and oddly appropriately because Irish bagpipes are music, Scottish bagpipes. Well, no, they were intended for different purposes. Celtic bagpipes were intended to be played for music, like for sitting around entertainment. Scottish bagpipes were made for war, and they were designed to be really loud so you could hear them really far away and to scare the crap out of the people you're about to kill.
So the high school I went to, they played Scottish bagpipes because we wear the tartans, which is a piece of cloth.
Yes.
And so that was our
Did you
mascot.
smother your enemies?
Well, we had like a Scotty dog as our mascot.
I have weird emotions
Who
about
was
this. I
wearing
don't
the
know what they
tartan
are.
that
I'm bothered.
Oh my goodness. Shrouded words. That sounds like an anthology that we should put together for next Halloween. Like, everybody get your stories in for the Shrouded Words anthology. It will be all the darkness and weirdness and, I don't know, the weird ironic love story, because all love stories are horror, aren't they? Lovecraft thought so, and that says a lot about him.
That doesn't mean I like the stairs any more than I like the stairs. There was a grab rail. It doesn't matter. It was right next to the wall too. But it's weird. One day I will record myself going down the stairs, and you will all realize why I don't like my stairs.
Sorry, I'm very distractible today. A nice gentle breeze just came in from the windows, and I'm just like, I want to just sit here like a dog with my head out the car window. Yes.
I want to say the word I said earlier to see if there's actually a crow gonna croak again.
Oh, during the first sprint, I'll go grab the picture of the Morgan that I have over there. That, yes, mother, I hear you. Oh my goodness. Furtive fantasy, masked meaning.
Jenna!
I'm assuming that's not the "Oh Jenna."
No.
Oh,
You've gone plaid!
you've gone to plaid. What's the
What's the
matter?
matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken!
Love that movie way too much. Mel Brooks was my childhood. I'm just saying. I mean, kinda, but now thanks to Laura, I just want to zombify myself for the Solomon ceremony, but I don't want to scare away the peoples. I really do want to zombify myself though.
Liquid latex and cotton balls.
Well, I suppose I should start dinner. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just like hearing everything in the voice of Marvin today. So, like, I suppose I should start dinner. but I want to do writing-related things. Marvin the robot, the perfect like love child between Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. And if you've ever read the book, seen the movie, listened to the radio show, or seen the TV series, you'll probably agree. Undercover shenanigans. Okay, definitely. We've got all 4 named now. Undercover shenanigans. That actually more than you know. Why can't I spell shenanigans? It's good enough. I'll know what it says. Well, I know what it says. I spelled it so bad my spell checker doesn't know what it is. It's fine. I can sound it out, and it's shenanigans.
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 Oh, I plotting notes is like all that I have. Yeah, there's a big difference, and a lot of people don't know that different cultures have bagpipes. Like it's not just one. Like there's actually a Scandinavian style of bagpipe that oddly sounds like a bow drawn lute, except for it's a bagpipe, and I don't know how it does that, but it's really pretty. It's really pretty. Incognito. Let's see. Take it from someone who lives in a city where, yeah. Like they the best use of bagpipes ever is in Heather Alexander's wonderful song, March of Decembereth, which is a parody of her own song, The March of Cambreth, which is Santa Claus's war song as he goes out to conquer the world through present giving. And it is a Scottish war march, and it is beautiful. And the bagpipes and the jingle bells. It's wonderful. If you've not heard it, I highly recommend that you look it up. It is fantastic. I mean, just chef's kiss. The way she describes the reindeer as the thunder and lightning cracks and shines in their horns as they are going off to battle to make sure that they give all the good kids their toys. Good hostility there. Yeah, incognito is a weird word to try to mix with things. It really is.
My brain said incognito paradiso.
That also sounds like a side project that I would be doing with a friend of mine. Like, it would be a music one, and that should almost be the name of the band that Gloria and I start together. We're Incognito Paradiso. Mum's the word.
Maybe people just celebrate Halloween incognito over there.
He did. His Marvin. I've watched that movie so many times, mainly for Marvin. I have so much that movie Marvin stuff because I love his Marvin so much. So much. Clapped up. Button lips.
That sounds like a punk band's name.
I grew up in the era where everything sounded like a punk band's name because punk bands were named everything. And none of them were. And I can't even say like they were inappropriate. Like, I don't know of a punk band with that name, but they did use, I think, every one syllable word in the dictionary. Because I remember going to a concert where they actually turned all the band names into like refrigerator magnets because they were all like one word names. And you could just like move them around and make like haikus and stuff. It was fun.
My sister came up with Squirrel Jerky as a band name.
I am sitting here resetting a timer if anybody wants to know why I'm giving the face, because the witch is apparently still having a fight with everybody, but now it appears the gargoyle is having fights with people too.
Oh man.
I don't know who wants to write the epic legend of all of the fighting that's going on between these critters, but
So what did you say the band name was, Laura?
Squirrel Jerky.
Okay, that's what I thought you said, but I wasn't sure if I heard squirrel correctly.
This one's good enough. This one's good enough. We got it. We got it. It's fine. Um, the band with a name. Yeah, especially nowadays. DistroKid. It's cheap. It's how I put my music out.
Princess, can you stop? Yeah.
Alrighty. Sorry, I was looking for the share button that is no longer there. I'm just sitting there
I
like,
know it's
share button.
present now.
What did they do with the share button? Why is there no share
I
button?
don't want to present anything. I want to share things.
So I was able to get. There's the devil. There's a gargoyle. There's a Frankie. There's a witch, and there's a ghost.
Purple.
There's also a vampire.
Also a vampire. So I think I got most of the ones that that I was trying to get. Alrighty. So make sure that you have your documents open. Make sure that you are just in a calm place, because I will say this from experience over the years: most writer's block is trying to force a story too fast, or holding on to an idea that you need to just let go a little too hard. So just relax. If words
Or
flow,
you
they
need to
flow.
practice self-care.
I was getting there, yeah. Or maybe you just need to do what I've been doing and pretend you're a dog and just aim into the wind. There, all happy and wondering why your cheeks not going. And that's because the wind's not strong enough, but that's fine. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm of course going with the ghost, and chapter 13 of the ghost story. The story the ghost has been putting up went up today, and he's learning from like a Mr. Miyagi on a beach. And I don't quite understand what's going on, but I mean I've watched it like 6 times. Like I don't know why. And I do like that half the hand gestures were like really rude hand gestures that the guy was doing with his kata. So that was, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. A 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, 1, and go!
Freaky.
Yay, Frankie won. Oh.
Laura left.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So I did not get anything done that sprint. I started working on wait a minute. We just changed the names of everything. I gotta get these into my head. I had an idea for a thing that I needed to do for Project Zippy. So I went over and got that started and then did pain management for the rest of the sprint.
Oh, fun.
Because my knee decided, wait a minute, why am I not terribly in pain? I don't know. I thought you were being nice for once. So mischief has been managed, and eventually I can feel the muscles starting to relax now. So, yay! How did everybody else do?
Yawn. Or good. I was looking at things to do in Lyon, France, trying to figure out what kind of things I want to do and coming up with articles for things to write once I go to France. And I came up with, well, technically it's just one idea, but I can do it in 2 different cities. So, yep, that was my
That
sprint.
sounds like fun. We captured a wild carry.
Yeah.
I had my pizza and I watched OT.
Oh man, the new one's really good.
It's so good.
I needed some
I've got like
happiness.
3 minutes left.
I needed some happiness today because halfway through watching Jesse Gender's video, I got a notification that it had been removed from YouTube and was like, that doesn't seem right. And there's nothing better than being halfway through watching a literal 4-hour video. Like I had it on like all morning.
Oh man.
2 hours into a 4-hour video, it suddenly went poof and disappeared. Luckily, I have a Curiosity Stream account, so I went over to Nebula and finished it. Because it was also over there. And then I watched Jesse's video about why the video got taken down and got really, really angry. See the post on the community tab as well as over on my Twitter. And then I watched OT and giggled at all of him not understanding things on purpose. Because I know when he took the furry test, he understood more than he pretended to understand. He was like, if you recognize 5 things on this list, you need to admit it, you're a furry. And I know he had to have. He's just pretending now. He's just pretending. How did you do, Kat?
I watched TikTok.
That would have been so much better than how I used my time. Let's see what's going on in the chat. So Jules headed off to dinner and hopefully to remember the laundry. Your brain and your stomach are trying to convince you that you're hungry. Had chocolate. I'm no longer hungry. Sometimes.
So obviously you just wanted chocolate.
Ooh, wait.
I picked up these at the grocery store.
Not hot chocolates.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got the hard ones.
Nice.
Yeah, those are a lot harder to eat in a day. These
No, they're not. No, they're not. I said as a person that will sit here and eat an entire bag of them. Oh, however many there are in here.
I would honestly love to watch the Avengers go bowling. Mainly because I can see all the ways Tony Stark would totally not cheat through technology to do this. All of the things that would be destroyed every time the Hulk threw the ball, or just them trying to calm Banner out when he gets calm Banner down because he got to get a ball and not release the Hulk. Either way, however you want to go with that, like I can see so much hijinks.
CB, I do have a question. I don't know if you have if people have asked you this in the past, but so my best friend's oldest started following CB on AO3 because Marvel fic. And she texted me the other day and she's like, so I've been reading some of your friend's stories and they're really good, but she has something against Cap, and I'm curious as to what
CB
it is.
does.
She does. And it's just she's trying to break my heart, but it's fun. It's fun. No, honestly, I never liked Captain America until Chris Evans. There may be a correlation there.
Yeah.
Just
That is
science.
America's ass.
That is America's ass. So I'm kind of excited.
Okay, question answered.
I'm kind of excited and hoping that they
But
do
it's
good
not his
things.
fault. I will die on this train. It's not his fault.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, Eva. How are you doing today?
Hello.
My problem is the way that the situation
Bonjour.
was handled.
Oh wait, I just noticed that you wrote about 1,200 words.
Wow.
What?
Oh
Wow.
my.
It's
I'd
not
snap
really
it if I
snapping
read
all of the
words.
fingers, but I'm trying. I'm trying to snap all the fingers to give enough snaps. It's not really working, but I'm
I
trying.
can only snap with like this finger right here.
My wrists hurt. I can't.
Oh
That
my
is a valid reason to hate Steve. He should have told him because let's be honest, Tony had a lot of personal growth and like he would have gotten over it. Like he would have understood if he like knew what actually happened
the whole
before
situation.
how he found out.
Mm.
It's the
He
only
should have
good.
been told freaking immediately. So many fanfics where that happens, and I'm like, thank you.
Well, now when I see
Hello, Bonnie.
Kenzie next weekend, I can explain. She's like, I'm really enjoying all of these stories, and hot dang, there's a lot.
I've had decent luck with the Claritini around here, Eva, but honestly, the only thing, because you're not too far away from me, I don't think, that has actually worked for my allergies is using the Nasacort to actually put something in there that makes it stop, because the allergies around here are the devil. Especially this time of year where everything's nice and moldy.
Wow, rearranged the house. Got one of Michael's riddles. Nice.
I don't even want to think about rearranging our house. Like when we set the furniture up the way it's set up now, we kind of made a pact that this is how it's going to be until we move. Like we're not doing it again. Like it's fine. It's fine. The sun doesn't like go into the TV anymore. The chairs are fine. Like never again. Just never again.
Excuse me.
Hello, Jen. Let's see. Depending on which Doc Strange I can get that. But again, I have a problem, and it's called a lot of actors. And Cumberbatch, man, there's something about them beady little eyes.
That classist asshole.
I mean, he is related to like the nobility, so I expect that.
Still, he could be better.
Like, no offense to people in the UK, but when I see a British actor, I just assume that this is what is going to follow at some point. I'm going to learn this, unless they're from like. Actually, I guess I should say a British actor, because it's not so much from like Scottish or Irish or Welsh actors. I wonder why. Maybe the classism that exists in the UK, but yeah. British actors, I just kind of I'm pleasantly surprised when it doesn't happen.
Did you see the was it today? That Click put out the video. Yeah, and he had the voiceover of Charles's speech. It was hilarious. Oh my god, it was so funny.
Oh my goodness, King Charles. That's going to take all
America,
the
we're
getting used
taking you
to.
back.
I mean, honestly, you can have us. It's fine. We tried. We tried really, really hard. We did a
It was
super
a failed
big boo-boo.
psychological experiment.
We did a lot of boo-boos, and yeah, it's fine. It's
But we're
fine.
not paying you.
Oh yeah, you're not getting any money. But then again, I mean, we're America. We don't pay our bills anyway, so you should
I
just
mean, that's
expect that. So, like, it's one of the things. Like, we're gonna eat all of the cheese, all of the ranch, and we're not paying our bills. I mean, it is the American way. But as long as you're okay with this deal,
guys, I've spent years and I've finally done it. I've finally found a store-bought ranch that tastes like ranch that I can eat.
Oh, nice.
Do you know how serious I am about ranch? That I have spent literally almost 10 years searching for a store-bought ranch that tastes like ranch? That's onion-free?
oh my goodness, CB, this is unfair because Ray Fiennes would be a better most things. Except for maybe Captain America. I've never heard him try to do an American accent. So I don't know what that would sound like. Now I kind of want to hear him do an American accent. I don't think I've ever heard that. Okay. If you know of a movie where he does an American accent, let me know, because nothing's coming into my brain. Because I've realized that like there's a couple actors, one of whom is the current reigning James Bond, that I don't like any of his movies unless he's doing a really bad Southern accent. I have learned this.
They're hilarious.
Ewan McGregor is another one who has a very bad Southern accent. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but forgivable because Ewan. Like, I told you, I have problems and they're called actors. All of the problems.
I mean, I loved what were the two that I saw where it was Big Fish, because that movie is just adorable all over. And then what was the other one? Down with Love, where he bounced between his natural accent and the bad Southern one.
Okay, so here's my pitch for a movie that will be
And then
unintentionally
he sang at the
hilarious.
end. Oh.
And I kind of need it. I need a movie where Ewan McGregor plays an American from the Deep South, and Winona Ryder plays somebody from like Northumbria. Please make this movie. Please make this movie. I need it now. It will be one of the funniest movies. Like, you can have any dialogue in it at all, and it will be hilarious because Winona, I love her to death. Great actress. Love her work. Cannot do a British accent to save her life at all. And I really want it to be a specifically regional British accent, like a Glaswegian. Like, it has to be a very hyper specific one, so we get the full range of her trying to do the specific one, a very broad, like Dick Van Dyke-ish accent, British accent, to just her normal speaking voice, because I can't even try this anymore. I need the full. It'll be such a funny movie. It's so good. I need this so bad.
So speaking of accents, I think it's hilarious that in Something About Mary, the guy who plays the British guy is actually British, but everyone complained that his accent when he switched sounded fake, which I think is hilarious. Like, they complained about his accent even though he was
Okay.
using his normal speaking voice.
In the Nancy Drew TV show, Bess, when everybody hates her non-American accent, but that's her real accent. She
There-
actually sounds like that, and everybody's like, "Wait, what?"
There are
Like,
several actors.
yes, that's her. The American accent is her fake accent.
There are quite a few actors that I forget what they really sound like until I hear it, and I'm just like,
Millie Bobby
really?
Brown. It's just like, oh yeah, that's right. You're not American.
And it's
But
also
she
really
auditions with an American accent.
and it's also really fun when they change the pitch and tone of their voice for like most of the characters that they play, and then you hear like their real voice, and you're like,
Like the person who does Rosa Diaz in her
what's her
her
name?
natural
Ball?
sounding
Yeah.
voice just cracks me up so much.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Who
she
played
sounds nuts.
Bernadette on Big Bang Theory? She had that
Yep.
high squeaky voice, and she doesn't
Uh-huh.
really talk like that.
Yep.
Lucille Ball.
Hello, Maggie.
She got the voice of a chain smoker.
Though
So
later in
deep.
the Lucy show, she just like gives B. Arthur a run for her money for the deep voices. Like she's down there with Harvey
I listened
Firestein in
to
the
an
later
interview
years.
she did, and I was like, "Oh, damn!"
In the later
I
years
had
of
never heard her voice.
because I think was it the Lucy show that was the last one she did? Because there's I Love Lucy, then there's
I
the
think
Lucille
so.
Ball show, then the Lucy show. I think
I think so.
like the last season of that, like, oh no, B. Arthur has a higher voice than she does. Harvey Firestein has a higher voice than she does. She just gave up. It's so deep. It's so deep. It's it's rather amazing.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Okay. So if you have ever seen Letterkenny, the cousin from Michigan does not have a Michigan accent. He has a Southern accent. So you know how many times I just want to go to that clip and then just pull it over and be like, okay, listen to my voice. Now listen to his voice. Listen to my voice. Now listen to his voice. Guess who's from Michigan?
I just want to debate you on the idea that he has a Southern accent because I believe he has the international American douchebag accent.
You're right.
Because
Okay, so
every
also
time that a character
against
appears,
against me is the fact that for some reason a bunch of Michiganders, we randomly, when we get into a certain mood or a certain tone of voice, we do end up with weird Southern accents for some reason.
there's just
And
something.
it's too many of us for it to be a coincidence.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's really darling, especially when around here they get new people coming in and they don't understand that we're in the Ozarks. And if you want to do an accent around here, it's kind of like just imagine you have something pressing against the top of your mouth and you're just fine with it. So don't pronounce any of your consonants, only a few of your vowels, and have everything happen in like the high nasal region of your voice, and everything's just fine, just everything's fine. And then they like, howdy y'all, and you're just like, first of all, we're a Ewan's area. We have y'all around here, but we're more about the Yuns, which is slightly different. Means the same thing, but we like to say Yuns around here. And two, we're not Southern Belles. We're Ozark people.
Yoons just sounds like a shortened version of onions to me.
Yuns,
Hey, onions.
Yuns and y'all are left over from the Scottish migration that came through the United States, because those are proper conjugations of the second person pronoun in Scots English that have remained in English.
Explain why I use y'all so much and why so many people in my family use y'all, even though it's commonly associated with the South, even though we're in Michigan.
It's also where ain't came from, because ain't is actually a proper contraction in Scots.
Explain it. I'm pretty sure my mom is Scottish. Like some of her ancestry is Scottish, because I'm like Scottish and I'm Scottish and Irish, so I've got all the booze working against me. German, English. I don't know if there's any French.
We haven't been able to confirm it, but my dad had said that there was a little bit of Irish on his side. I have not traced the family tree far enough back to confirm.
I really want to do one of the DNA tests to see like where mine
So do I.
originates from. Also to convince my cousin to do one so we can see how much we match up.
We tracked two of the lines of the family back to Ireland. Another branch we got back to Scotland. One branch went all the way back to Yorkshire. And then all the way across the pond to the raiding party that came across with William the Bastard, because I'm not giving in to your propaganda, sir.
So my mom was we're French Canadian. Part of my heritage is French Canadian, and so I'm like, yeah, and we're part French too. And my mom's like, no, no, and I'm like, well, how do you think we got to be French Canadian without the French part? Like,
Well, the thing that most people get wrong about, if you want to talk about a proper use of the word ain't is a contraction of I am not. So it's not.
Oh, so I use it correctly.
Yeah, it's not I ain't, it's ain't gonna do it. It is a proper contraction of I am not. So
I don't know exactly what I am. I know I do know my dad's grandpa
important.
is for sure English because he graduated from the English Railroad and his retirement gift was a gold watch. And then he moved to America and worked again for the American Railroad. And again, he got a gold watch. This was his retirement. That is it.
So, and I know this because my grandfather worked for the railroad. If you can actually continue paying into the railroad pension program after they die and get the perks of being able to ride anywhere on the rail for free. I know this because my aunt stole the account.
Oh no.
So my aunt can go anywhere on a train and doesn't. And I, who would love to go train traveling across the country, can't because she took over the account.
That bee.
Oh, that describes her so well. She's the one I lovingly refer to as Aunt Karen for reasons.
That bee.
I was talking with Brian about this before the game stream a little bit. We were talking about like family ancestry and stuff, and my mom's side is all Polish. My dad's side, I never remember if it's Slovenian or Slovak, but that's my grandmother. Then my grandfather, we did trace back to somebody coming from Germany and still trying to figure out where the Irish is.
We're everywhere. I am just as somebody who like no longer goes.
Oh, I know why we were talking about that. Because when my dad would make he would cook for spaghetti dinners, and we had a very large Italian community at the parish I grew up at, and they would all go up to him. Oh my gosh, your sauce is amazing! What part of Italy is your family from? And he's like, around Germany.
Yeah, I no longer go to the family reunions because there's just too damn many cousins. And I don't even know what like level of cousin they are because it's always, have you met your cousin? So I don't know, like, how are you related to me? Like, whose child are you? Because my great grandfather had
Who do you belong to?
9 siblings, and they all had a mess of kids each, and all of them had a mess of kids each, and like we take over like city parks when we do the family reunion because we ain't fitting in the building. This is not happening. Oh yeah, there's so many cousins. It's not even fun. It's just so many cousins. And Brian didn't believe me about my family until he moved here, and he was just like, "You have so many cousins." And I bet you they come in every now and then and go, "So, cousin, beverages free, drinks free." He's just like, "They do. How did you know?" I was like, "I know my family." Like once word got out that we got married, you a cousin now too, and expectations will be had. That's how this works. Alrighty, let's go ahead and try to do another sprint, and hopefully I will do more than pain mitigation in the sprint. Yeah, I have no idea how many people even
Our
When
family
I
has
was
never done a
little-
family reunion that included everyone we're related to because there's just too many and from all over the U.S.
They all
Mainly
live
in
around here.
Minnesota. If you ever go to Minnesota, most of my relatives are there, and you probably are running into them all the time.
The vast majority of them still live around here, and oh my goodness, like just like they decided that we don't need to get a permit anymore because what are they going to do? Run us all off? So,
My family just uses family property. One year when I
Oh,
was
no, no,
little,
no, no, no.
500 people signed the book because we always sign a book, and 500 people signed it one year.
ain't nobody cleaning up after my family. No.
If you didn't clean up for yourself, you weren't allowed back. They took it serious.
Violence does not need to happen. I'm just saying. Like
Be fair.
somebody will get it. It'll be fine. Alrighty. Let us say goodbye to Mr. Frankie. Goodbye, Frankie. I'm sticking
Hasta
with
la
the goat.
vista. Arrivederci.
My
Bonsoir.
favorite German goodbye. Tschüss. I'm gonna stick with the ghost because why is he on the beach with a Mr. Miyagi guy? I don't understand. This story is so off the rails, y'all. Anywho,
Purple.
I worked hard to get a Vivitch. There is a Vivitch in there for you. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this one started in a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and go! Dracula. Oh, as you can probably hear from the background, I didn't get much done that sprint. Did some things related to I gotta get all the new names in my head. Project Zippy. Yeah, decided to name the projects today, the super secret projects. So we have Project Zippy, Undercover
Direct.
Shenanigans, Project Down Low, and Hush, Hush, Darling.
Nice cat.
I did the math. This is like $40-something worth of candy.
Damn.
That's so Laura.
Plus, there was also a couple of individual ones in here, and some Swiss Miss pumpkin spice.
Ooh.
Cocoa.
Nice.
I predicted everything that happened. Only 2 of my predictions did not come true. Okay, so I thought that she was going to run into either Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool in it, and so that's a question of whether or not you want to say 1 or 2. And I was wrong about the nature of the ultimate boss that she had to fight. I was right about the name, but I was wrong about how they instantiated that into the plot. Try not to do spoilers.
Oh no, there's a boss fight I didn't know. Now it's ruined for me.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's actually, it is probably the best boss fight in all of Marvel.
Nice.
Well, now I really do have to. I mean, I was already gonna watch it, but now I have to watch it.
Now I have to let you know I am extremely biased. I love the Hulks are my favorite characters in Marvel. Like, with the possible exception of Scar. Scar has not warmed. I have not warmed to Scar yet, but as far as Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters go, 2 of my 2 absolute favorite Marvel characters. I have read every issue of She-Hulk so many times, and except for the really really new ones because I'm on Marvel Unlimited, so I have to wait 6 months. So I've not read what has come out in the last 6 months, but I will eventually get to it because I don't have enough money to buy comics at the rate they come out anymore. Like I'm too poor. I have a Patreon and a coffee if you want to fix that. Anyway,
I mean, that's the way to go with it.
It was so She-Hulk. The ending is so She-Hulk in every way that I'm mwah. I mean, just chef's kiss to the whole thing. Just because I was getting worried because I'm like, but they have to do this or I'm going to be really mad because it's not She-Hulk. And then, yeah, that's basically what the finale was the thing that I was mad that they hadn't been doing. And yeah, the one thing that she didn't do is that I need her to do if they get to do a season 2 is I need her to get bored and fast forward the episode to get to a different point in it. Because in the comics, she would sometimes get bored and literally jump between panels to get to where to get to the more interesting part of the story. Or she would just like, oh man, I need to get across town, and would just step through the gutter across panel to where she needed to be and fast travel that way. Or one of my favorite scenes in a She-Hulk comic where she was in her really nice business suit. She'd just gotten out of court and big monster needs to fight. And she just looked straight into camera and was like, can you just draw me into my super suit? So I really like this suit. I don't want it to get messed up. Can you just draw me into my super suit so I'm ready to fight him? And then in the next panel, she's in her super suit and yelling, thank you! She's charging into fight. Like, She-Hulk is so meta, and I love her for that. And so those 2 gags they didn't use. Those 3 gags they didn't use in the season. But it's very, very She-Hulk. And Tatiana Maslavi, the opening credits for the season finale, they shot for shot recreated the 1970s and 80s Incredible Hulk intro with Tatiana Maslavi, and they hired a female professional wrestler to play the She-Hulk. So when she turns into the She-Hulk, it's played by a professional wrestler for the opening credits for the season finale. And just chef's kiss. Somebody did a video where they just the two play side by side, and it is literally a shot for shot beautiful remake. Just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss to all of it. But you have to understand, I'm super fan. I'm still heartbroken that we haven't gotten any like Hulk movies in the MCU. Really, we got that one that with Ed Norton that I guess happened because they keep referencing it. So I guess still happened in the MCU.
We all just pretend that this actor overlaid that one.
I do like that they reference that in She-Hulk because Emil Blonsky, the villain from that movie, comes back in this one. And Mark Ruffalo says, and I quote, "That was so long ago, Jen, I was literally a different person back then." And he looks straight into the camera. He says it, and I'm just like, yes, break them fourth walls. Just, this is what I want for my She-Hulk. Yes, all of it. So, yeah.
How that she trolled the audience members?
Oh, yeah, she trolls the trolls. Like, they predicted the reaction to this show so perfectly. And I think my favorite scene in there is when one of the trolls is just like, and She-Hulk, I mean, and what's that with Lady Thor? I mean, what the hell? She's a lady. That's so lame. And trust me, I would be saying the same thing if she was a guy. And I was just like, but your only critique is that she's not a guy. Like, this reminds me so much of actual videos I've seen the trolls make in real life. Like, it's just
They
all
knew.
all the chef's kisses. I'm very, very happy with it.
I still have not done because I still want to do my like MCU watch through, and I do have, thanks to Gloria and Tom, and also my stepdad, I have access to all of them, or my shelf. But either way, I need to do it now.
Finger snaps.
Those were Wakanda finger snaps.
Actually, they were very and after the featurette, I'm cautiously optimistic about Wednesday. Can't remember when it comes out, but they did a featurette. Cautiously optimistic.
I know it is slightly more comic book accurate.
Oh, Laura, I tagged you on the thing I saw. Speaking of Netflix, that
6:45. Just
manga artist that you like,
Junji Ito?
yeah, they're doing. I think it's an animated series, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. So I tagged you on the post on Facebook.
Awesome. I'll have to.
It's coming to Netflix in January. I just hope it includes Canada.
Maggie, I understand this. The card I pulled for today is the stop apologizing card. Like literally the don't apologize. Like literally just stop it. Stop it. Just stop. Stop the apologizing. No more apologizing. Stop.
I got called out by a rock the other day. Like,
So, something I worked on, the clip of it came out on YouTube. It's not out yet, but the clip came out. And just reading the comments, it was just like, you're right. The writing needs help. Like, oh no. But I had no control over the writing.
I did the
The
lighting.
effects.
I can understand that. Like if you're not, I think there are a lot of people that are not like psychotically into the series, into the comic series, like I've been. That when the end happens, they're going to go, "What the living hell is going on in my show right now?" Gotcha. I'll behave. Behaving. This is my behaving phase. Still behaving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really now?
Okay, so the fact that there was not a full-on Don Toretto family speech in that final scene, final scene before the end credit, did kind of make me a little bit sad because I felt like they were building towards like it's the end of Fast and Furious. They're all having the picnic outside, families all together, and her cute boyfriend. Oh yeah. I was just waiting for the Don Toretto, like somebody to just show up and for no reason be like family, just I was just waiting for the whole thing, and the fact that it all became about asking her boyfriend, like, so kids, like, what's the deal with that? And it's just like, he's just staying for the weekend, Mom. Like, we're not serious like that. I know, but all the questions are going to be like this. So the children, I think you two would have beautiful children. It zigged, but I liked it.
What are you talking about? That was the family question.
Yeah, but I was really expecting, like, especially, like, okay, I just wanted Hulk to show up, walk up to the table, and pick a beer up and be like, it's a family. Like, in, like, whatever Mark Ruffalo can do as, like, a gravelly Vin Diesel style voice. Like, one, I want to hear him try to do that because it will be adorable. It would just be adorable because I don't think he can pull it off at all, but I need to see it. And just kind of wanted Mark Ruffalo's Hulk to be like, the family. Because, I don't know, it felt very the end of a Fast and Furious movie.
I really want to finish watching I Know This Much Is True, which is by Wally Lamb, but Mark Ruffalo plays the main character and his twin brother, and the problem is it's a very, like, there are some scenes in it that are very traumatic, and it's really hard to get through them. And I haven't gotten through them yet. Like, I'm sure it gets better once you get through the really traumatic scene.
I know it's sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, Mark Ruffalo's career is like, it's a really good movie, but there's this traumatic scene that if you can get past it, like, the movie's so worth it. Like I just feel like that's like the subtext for every non-Marvel movie Mark Ruffalo has made. Because, like, my favorite Mark Ruffalo movie, granted it's about one of my heroes and it's based on a play of his, is The Normal Heart. And I feel like I'm going to be dead by the time the movie's over every time.
Wasn't he in 13 going on 30?
Oh, crap.
That's my favorite Mark Ruffalo
like
film.
Way back. Oh.
That's my favorite Mark Ruffalo film.
I need somebody to do a fan edit of that where he, like, gets frustrated and turns into the Hulk. Come on, somebody who's got the Dolly 2 that does the video editing. Like, just type in, but he's the Hulk now. And just like select his character, but he's the Hulk now. Just, I need this. Didn't know I needed it until this was brought back up into my mind. But somebody who's got a Dolly 2 account that does with the video editing. I need this so bad. I grew up on Spider-Man, but yeah, the Hulk. See, as somebody who had anger management issues when I was a kid, you'll notice a trend in the characters that I love, and they're all characters that had to learn to restrain their more aggressive instincts. Like, I love Spock.
Instant kill mode.
Yeah. I kind of had one of those for a very long time. I got better, but it took a lot of work to. I've thrown people through walls. Not good being 6 foot tall and really hyper aggressive, because I'm not supposed to have testosterone in the system. The body did not know how to cope. Like, it's yeah. But yeah, Hulk, She-Hulk, scars growing on me. And even though he's not technically a Hulk, I love Hulkling. Though he's not a Hulk, and they better get him right. They have not introduced him into the MCU yet, but we got to see Wiccan, and if we don't get Hulkling and Wiccan, I'll burn Marvel Studios to the ground with my anger and words. Because they're the cutest couple in the world. But we are getting the Marvels soon, which is a perfect time to introduce Hulkling. Because Hulkling is what happens when basically the two bad alien races that we've met so far have a baby. Star-crossed lovers and all that. So he's just adorable, and he ends up becoming king of the universe, and it's so cute. He and his little witchy boyfriend, because he runs off with Scarlet Witch's son, and they get married, and it's just so cute. And they're just like ruling the universe, being all cute. Like, yes, yes, I need this.
I'm with you, Shenna.
Where's my super suit?
So early on in the podcast days, I clipped together a story out of a lot of different audio clips from a lot of movies, and there was definitely a "Honey, where's my super suit" moment in there. Like,
You tell me what a super suit is. It's for the greater good. Greater good. I am your wife. I am the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
oh, in my edit that I used back then, it goes right from that to when the wife should be talking. It's Margaret Cho. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But the wife in my version was played by Margaret Cho. And if you just scroll back like a couple years on the podcast and hit play, it's like the first thing that'll play, because it was the intro credits. If you want to know what that sounded like. Yeah. She set the standard that Deadpool followed, because she broke the fourth wall long before Deadpool was created as a character, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad they introduced her into the MCU first, but I thought that they were going to use her to introduce Deadpool, because that would be perfect, because I need like the two of them hanging out complaining about the MCU. I need this. I need it so bad you have no idea. Because they're the only two that actually know what's going on, because they know that they're living in something that's fake. And I need it. I know we're finally going to get Deadpool pulled into the MCU with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, nonetheless. The heck? That's going to be so dirty. I'm just saying, like, if you don't know the story about Wolverine and Deadpool, like, we'll be lucky if all they do is kiss. I'm just going to say that, like, Deadpool has some feelings for some characters, and Wolverine is one of them. And he is a very, very messy bisexual who doesn't care if you try to kill him, because you can't kill him anyway. So,
I've seen how Deadpool cosplayers act around Wolverine
And Spider-Man.
So I'm getting the hint. Oh, when we went when we went to Comic-Con a few years ago with Bestie and her husband, there was a I forget exactly what it was, but it was Spider-Man and Deadpool on a panel. And it was so funny. It was right before the first Deadpool movie came out.
So a friend of mine who loves to cosplay Deadpool and do crossover cosplay for Deadpool, his Deadpool Wonder Woman costume is amazing, and I absolutely love it. And like, it'll never happen because that's DC and Marvel, but oh my gosh, it's so good. But he has I believe he calls it Captain Deadpool, and it's Peggy Carter meets Deadpool. So it's Deadpool with a really nice Peggy Carter wig, and like, he got a suit made, but it's like in the Deadpool colors, but it's like the Peggy Carter outfit, but it's like all in the Deadpool colors. It's so good.
That same year we were at Comic-Con, I did a lot of video recording, but I never got the vlog up, and then my computer died, so I lost all that footage. But there was a Deadpool standing next to us in line, and he had a Star Trek uniform on, and he's like, "I am Kirkpool."
So a couple friends of mine who are really into the original Star Trek, and I'm really curious what they're going to do after Strange New Worlds happened and made the Gorn terrifying. But he would show up as Captain Kirk, and she showed up as Sexy Gorn. And like, when I say Sexy Gorn, like, she had the full dragon face, like, and then like this really cute dress that went with it, like, but in like Gorn armor colors, but like full dragon face. And like, but now the Gorn are actually scary. So I don't know what they're gonna do now. 'Cause Strange New Worlds made them actually scary. Oh my goodness. We have been talking a lot. We do have time to do another sprint in just a minute, getting caught up real quick. I just want. So Apple has been threatening to buy Sony for a while. Sony wants to sell Sony Pictures. Sony as a corporation hates Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures does not make them enough money. They have been trying to sell Sony Pictures forever. And Apple keeps flirting with this idea of, well, maybe we'll buy Sony Pictures. And like they have enough money. They have enough money in like their chair in the office. Like you can just go through the cushions and find enough loose change to buy Sony from them. And then they'd have all that content for, Apple TV Plus. And like it's a win-win. But then all of the rights that they own immediately revert to DC to Marvel, because that's the contract. And since like half of them sit on the Marvel board, or the Disney one, I can't believe that hasn't happened. Because then Spider-Man and all that would go just whoop, automatically back to Marvel. Because they only have it as long as they are owned by Sony Pictures. Because somebody put a writer in their contract. Yep. And I don't think they're going to do some of my favorite Hulk stories because Hulk had a very traumatic childhood. And I don't think we'll ever see Nightmare Hulk on the big screen, which makes me sad. But I do like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. It has made me happy. Yeah. I am very nervous, though, about, what is it? It's not Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel. Because Into the Spider-Verse is so good, I don't see how the sequel can not be bad by comparison. Like, even if it's a great movie, like, Into the Spider-Verse is so good. I don't know. It is time for us to say goodbye to the Dracula.
Do we know when it comes out?
Bonsoir, Dracula.
Not too distant future. I saw like a teaser poster going around on social media the other day, and I can't remember the date that was on it. But I loved Into the Spider-Verse so much.
Next year.
But I'm also excited to see what they do from after Werewolf by Night, because
June 2nd next year.
My fourth favorite Marvel character of all time that I never thought I would ever see in a movie, ever, is in Werewolf by Night. And it's a spoiler, so I'm not saying who it is. But
it's Batman.
Oh, that would be hilarious. I could actually see him in a Werewolf by Night story. It would really, like, he's hunting Man-Bat or Demon. Oh, God. Why can't we have some of the supernatural Batman movies instead of, like, Batman has got a lot of supernatural villains. Why can't we do those instead of all of these stupid, like, I'm sad my mother died, I'm going to go beat people up movies? I want him to fight a demon or Brother Blood the movie. So many possibilities.
I have the animated movie of Batman versus Dracula,
which is entertaining as hell.
Joker gets bit, robs a blood bank. It's quite entertaining.
Oh, he's got so many supernatural villains. And it would be a fresh take on Batman, because we've gotten how many times do we have to see Martha Wayne die? How many times do we have to see her pearls fly through the air? It's so bad. We're watching Gotham for the first time, and every time somebody near Bruce Wayne says your parents, I just go, why did you say that name? Like, I just can't help myself. Like, it just like bubbles out. Like, why did you say that name?
I want them to just like start where it's Batman's established, he's there, and now we're on to the Bat Children.
I want a Nightwing movie.
Let's focus on the children.
I like Nightwing, the way they're doing him in Titans. I want a Nightwing movie.
Return of the Joker.
Granted, I don't know if you saw the teaser for the new season of Titans, but they're doing Red Hood. And I'm excited about Dracula. Alrighty, we are down to 2, and I'm sticking with my ghost because why are you on the beach? Why do you have a weird Mr. Miyagi guy? I don't understand. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna have to watch it again at the beginning of the spring because Brian hasn't seen it yet, and maybe he can explain to me why he's at a beach with a Mr. Miyagi guy who keeps flipping him the bird. I don't understand.
Purple.
Story has gone so off the rails. Alrighty, make sure that you're
No
saying
crane technique entailed that, did you?
don't understand what's going on. And why does a ghost need a car? Because they're going to go pick up the dead Papa, but they got to pick him up and drive him places. And I'm like, I agree. I agree with Cardi C. He's a ghost. Can't he just like, boop? Like, what does he need a car pickup? I don't. So confused. The
It better
Lord.
be an iconic car.
Oh, I kind of hope they get like one of the like 1960s Batmobiles.
I'm going to disappear, by the way.
Alrighty. Have the fun with your coffee crisps. Alrighty, let's get started on the spread in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
or it's a pirate.
You said it before I could unmute. Great minds, they think alike. Yes? Yeah. Why not? The pirate one. I accomplished nothing. I did a little bit more work on Project Zippy. I'm really gonna enjoy these names. And yeah, kind of getting a gist of what it is that I need to be doing going forward to get all of the other projects lined up so that things can happen. But not really the creative writing that I wanted to be doing today. How did everybody else do?
Well, I took the dogs out and fed them opposite way. I fed them, then took them out. And then I was working on coming up with article ideas and new angles for articles. So that is what I was doing.
You know, you're a writer when you're like, so we're planning this big trip. How can I create writing projects to go with it? Like, this feels way too on point, and I feel a little bit called out.
I plan on buying a notebook just for this trip, just to write down everything that I need to keep track of and all that I plan on writing, and then just journaling about the trip itself. It's going to be great. I plan on using the whole journal. I don't know how big the journal is going to be, but I intend to use the whole thing.
Why are there sirens every day at around this time? What are they doing over there? Anyway, how'd the rest of y'all do?
I was watching my other friend's live stream on YouTube. My friend who's the game master, he does the D&D streams. His
I
wife.
heard Game Master. I did not hear Game Master.
No, honey, that would be me.
His wife Paulo, that I went to school with, does a weekly recap of all of their games because he's got like 10 at least different campaigns going on throughout the week. So she's the art department, and she does a recap of everything while she paints minis. So I had it on 2 times speed and just caught up as the timer went off.
Nice.
So I'm going to go back to watching it at 2 times speed after the stream is over.
Thank God for whoever invented 2 times speed.
Right?
Because I way too much I do on 2x.
If I see a video is more than 30 minutes, I 2x speed it because I don't have the patience for that.
It depends on who it is for me, but there's a couple audiobook narrators that they always seem to read the books that I really, really like, but they talk like they're sitting on their porch in the South with a sarsaparilla in their hands, watching the sun gently go down over the pond. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Like, putting them at 2x speed basically makes them talk normally. They're one of the few people I've cranked all the way up to, I think 3 is the max in Audible. All the way up. Just because the story does not need to be told like your grandpa after a few too many Sazeracs. Like, it's not a thing that no. Why are you doing this? Why? Why?
I was looking at contacts, specifically this one, maybe. I'm sharing the screen.
Ooh.
Ah! Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Go away, cookies, whatever. Yeah. So might get those ones.
Nice.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to get purple lavender.
I've had
Contacts.
purple from these people before, and I've had red, and I've had white out ones.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I could ever put a contact in my eye.
I don't know if I could either. Like,
Same.
I don't like things touching my. I don't like things around my eyes at all. Now that I think about it,
I still get like squirrely doing like eyeliner and mascara.
Mhm.
Actually, putting something in my eyeball is.
One of my earliest memories is being in the back of my dad's truck and a tree branch smacking me right in the eye, and I still have a scar just through my eyebrow, so you can tell where it is. And no, other bad things have happened to my eyes over the years. It's like I don't. Like, I hate putting eye drops in, and I need to, especially on days like today when all the moisture is being pulled out of the world. Ear is so dry. Hopefully they will actually do this, CB, because as I understand it, he is going to be the protagonist in Armor Wars when that show starts. So hopefully they will explain more about Rhodey, because that would be awesome. There was a kid. There was a TV show called Rainbow, as if he was a character on that show. Cool. Listening to the hubby during the whole sprint. You know, I'm not saying that I was kind of doing that, but he couldn't find deer. It's no one's surprise of playing a game, and he couldn't find deer. Heard about that. Nicole Head. See if I can get a reaction out of him. Pizza. Yeah, he's hyper focused. He's gone. I will not be seeing him again this evening. You didn't react to the word pizza. Yeah, your hyper focus is kicked in. I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings alone. Ooh, did you hit your goal? I hope you hit your goal. 70K is a lot. what
Why must be the apostrophe key be next to the enter key?
Right? Oh, and don't even get me started, because the worst thing is my hands have gotten weird over the years, and I will go up to hit the backspace and I will hit the backslash instead and not notice until like all of a sudden my brain goes, "Hey, idiot, dum," and I look back and there's the word, and then a bunch of backslashes, and then the word. Oops, I mistyped //, and it's like it looks like really weird, like computer code you'd see in an '80s movie, because I wasn't hitting backspace at all. I just kept hitting the backslash. Good at that. Very good at that.
Yeah, I have trouble with my
Nice.
the one keyboard I have for my tablet, because it's an 8-inch tablet, and the keyboard came with the case, so it's little, and I have fat hands and long fingers.
Sorry, just thinking about this. I have kind of learned, because I've been corrected over time doing the podcast. If you've noticed that I have a very specific speed at which I talk, it's because it's the speed either people like to listen to me on normal speed, or the speed that they enjoy most at 1.5 or 2x. Because I've gotten notes over time about the speed at which I should talk in a podcast. So if you'll notice, if you listen to any of my podcasts, I have a very specific speed at which I go at, and it's because I know a lot of people listening to me at 1.5, 2, and 3x, and they've given me hints that, like, can you slow down just a little bit so that you're just right at this? Like, I have been well trained by my audience. Very often, yeah. He has to be getting paid for by the minute, because he just talks so slow. Sounds like me when I try to read things out loud, because my brain goes, "You got all the words wrong." Yeah. See, I gotten used to everyone mispronouncing everything that I've ever written, even normal names. Because if you're going to be a writer and you're like, who could mispronounce Adam? The character's name is Adam. That's such a common name. It's everybody knows how to say Adam. No, you will find every human being who has decided to say that in a weird way because they
A
did.
damn.
I have a character in one of my books named Nathan. Nathan, very simple name, not the weirdest name in this book, mind you.
Natan.
Nathan's best friend is named Rouge. You know, like what you put on your cheeks when you're putting makeup on, for reasons it's explained in the book.
You mean rough?
No, nobody mispronounces Rouge's name. No one. People are fine with a guy whose name's Castle. They're fine. Perfectly fine. Odd name, but they're fine with it. Nathan. I've heard so many pronunciations of Nathan over the years. His name is so easy. It's Nathan Kell. His last name, one syllable, Kell. Kell. Not even spelled weird. Nathan Kell. I have heard so many pronunciations of Nathan's name over the years that I don't even... Like, I could understand, like, maybe in another language, Nathan, there's an analog to Nathan that's pronounced a little bit different. No, these are all native English speakers from around the United States that are just, it's a thing. Just get used to it. No matter how, like, if you ever think to yourself, no one can mispronounce this name, everyone will mispronounce that name. It's a thing. I don't know why, but it's a thing. Laura, did you?
Do you wear only one contact
Thank you.
if only one eye needs to be colored?
I'm out of regular contacts, so I wouldn't be able to see out of one eye if I only wore one, because they'd be prescription contacts.
Speaking of all of the dryness in the air, my throat just went like, we have no moisture. We're in desert.
That kind of reminds me of the episode in DuckTales where they end up going to the Viking village and Nanny Duck has to take over the chariot riding. Such a good episode.
I'm really feeling like I'm living in a cartoon. Like if I tried really hard, like if I coughed just right, like dust would come out. Like it's just the air is so dry. It's so dry, and it went from like we had storms and rain and like all of the humidity to the point where like you weren't sweating; it was just condensing on you. To literally, the front moved through, and you could feel the wave of all of the moisture leaving the air as the front got here. That Thursday,
Yeah.
and it was just, where has all the why can't I see anymore? Why are my eyes burning? Why is everything so dry? And it's just all the humidity went away. All our weathermen have been talking about lately, because Wibbs just looks into the camera because she's the only female weather reporter we have, and just goes, "Don't do it," and just assumes you know what she's holding you for. Everyone else is like, "Don't light fires. Don't light fire. Don't even light a candle. I don't care whose birthday it is. Just don't light fire. Anything. Nothing. Because they're expecting the swamp to just go whoosh, which I understand because it is so dry. So dry.
What about these contacts? These ones are cool. Let me share my screen.
See, I expected a lot of rogues. When people read the book, and I expected people just to autocorrect in their head and call him Rogue. And they didn't. He's the name they get right. There's a character in that book named Emrys. And nobody has mispronounced his name to me. His name's Emrys with a Y. Nobody mispronounced his name. Like, I've had people pronounce Skilden's name right in that book, and I've also had people mispronounce Paul's name, which I found very interesting because
How?
just other things, and
How?
expected you to know that it was Paul. Like, there's one person that every time I would go to this convention would want to talk to me about various aspects of that book and would talk about Harvey. And it took me a long time to realize that in her mind, for some reason, the Herald, Paul Kincaid, was Harvey. I don't know why Paul was Harvey. I'm guessing because Paul Harvey, the old radio host or something, in her head. Hello. But she always refers to him as Harvey. And I'm just supposed to guess. Yeah, I'm just no.
So I'm sharing a screen. What do you think of these ones?
Oh, thank you. Ooh.
Those are trippy.
Okay, I'm going to put in a rule right now. If you wear these on any stream that I am on, you must tell me so I don't just get hyper fixated trying to figure out what's wrong with your eyes for the entire time you're on screen. Like, just like you see me show up and it's like, oh, Charlie, contacts. Just so, because if I saw that in your eye without explanation, I'd be like, has my brain finally cracked? Am I okay?
Stared into the spiral too long.
Oh, I would. It is the question for the ages, and one I ask myself way too often.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Cool.
Alrighty, so looking at why did I get a thing about Dick's Sporting Goods? Sorry,
You're gonna take a baseball.
I just picked up my phone to see what time it was, which is stupid because I actually have the clock on the TV over there. So I could have just looked up, and I've got an email from Dick's Sporting Goods that it thought was important for some reason. Okay, well, find out about you later. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes left in the stream. I am good with just chit-chatting. I cannot do another sprint because I don't know if or when she may be coming over, but one of my cousins said that she may be over like right after the stream. So that could be like she could pull in any minute and just assume that I'm done already, or she might not show up at all. I don't know. So I don't want to go over on time because it would be kind of rude of me to be like, yay, we're going to do another sprint. And then in the middle of it be like, I got to go now. Bye. Like, I don't want to be that person. Because I kind of wouldn't mind doing another one, but I don't know if she's going to show up or not. So that, if you want to just chit chat, we can chit chat. If you just want to like call it early, I'm going to leave that up to y'all.
I'm down for chit chatting.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think all contacts look uncomfortable to me, but you know,
I've always worn the full sclera contacts, but they're a little intimidating.
Yes, sort of. Technically.
With my life being in a constant state of flux at the moment, I still can't believe it's only been a week. Like, Saturday feels so long ago. I've done so much this week. Y'all have no idea. It's been a lot. I can't think beyond Halloween right now because it's the next major thing that I know I need to do because I'm doing the online interfaith service for Samhain this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like as far future as my brain can go. I actually know things I'm doing in November, December, January, and February as well. But that seems like forever. Like thousands of years. Like if my life keeps going at the rate it's going, like I would be very old by the time those come around because the week's been insane. So yeah, I have not.
I have 5-year goals that I've started to break down into what am I doing next year because I
I
need
have
the
one of these.
organization. Ooh.
Ooh.
And I covered up what it said so I could take it to work. Let me see if I can get the top.
Oh, are we going to get to see a
Oh.
dirty word? Is Carrie going to show us a
You could
dirty
just
I
word?
didn't
tell
remember
us.
what it said. I don't remember what it said, but I'm just gonna.
That will be actually on it's in 3 weeks. I think it's actually on the 30th. I will be doing it, so that's in 3 weeks.
Nice.
Okay, I'm not gonna pull off all of the washi tape, so I could still take this to work. But you get the gist.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that
then
feels very on brand right now. Just
my
very.
my mom planner is mom wife chaos coordinator.
Nice.
Very on brand, yes. Okay, so it depends on whether or not I start the Sunday thing early. So for anybody who's interested in hearing me talk more about metaphysical and mystical and community based things, basically, if you want to hear me talk about compassion a lot and why compassion is like really, really super cool, I have a mysticism channel which will be linked below, and I'm going to start doing a early Sunday stream on there. That's just going to be kind of like, let's all drink a glass of water together and like have a brief meditate and all that. Might start that not this Sunday but next Sunday. Um, Still having some conversations with people that may want to be involved. May actually have somebody who can really sing who might come in and do some song parts for it, but I don't know about that. But so still kind of hammering that out. That'll be over on that channel, and this will be in a Zoom meeting, which I'll put out the link closer to time for that. For anybody who might be interested in hearing me talk about Samhain and seeing exactly how crazy I want to get with that.
Thirding the boo. Sorry. Just couldn't type it out, so I had to say it out loud.
Maggie says a whole bunch of people in her family want her to quit writing.
I disagree. I say keep writing.
Well, look, as busy as my life is becoming, I'm actually kind of tripling down on my writing because it's the one place I have that's solace. Like, it's the one place, like, I don't know if I will have, like, be doing, like, the career writing things I should be doing, because I don't know that I'll have the time to do marketing and all of the stuff for that, because I've got a lot of responsibility now that it's fun. But I'm not going to give up telling stories.
Yes.
And I think that, you should do you, like what you feel is good. But again,
Yeah.
card of the day is no apologies. Don't change your mind. Do the thing. Like, this is literally the do the roar card. So, I'm still trudging on with my insane plans, and it may not be as polished as I want it to be. It may not be as regular as I want it to be, but I'm not stopping,
Yes, stop it.
because I have so many things that I want to do. That's cool. Thank you. Also, just a notice for anybody who I don't know how these work because I've never really used one before. We now have a community tab here, and I am planning on putting some questions in there for some things that I'm thinking about doing. I am again contemplating appeasing the gods of algorithm. In that I have a video almost done, but it's not technically writing related. So I'm kind of in that place of maybe this channel should just be my writing niche channel, and use my other channel, the Project Shadow channel, for stuff like I was doing before, where I was putting reviews and stuff up over there. Maybe doing that going forward, but I will be putting polls and stuff up in there for anybody who is interested, because I have a lot of questions on what y'all want for this thing. Because I'm wanting to get back into making video. I finally have a video editor that works like magic, and I have relearned how to use it since they changed everything after I learned how to use it. Thank you for that. And like, seriously, thank you for that. They did make it a lot better. But and now that I have because I now have on both of these channels, I haven't checked the spirituality one yet. But at least on my music channel, I have the community tab and I have the one here. So I will be posting community stuff in there, trying to see what y'all are interested in, because I might do a bunch of Marvel rants over there just because I have a lot of feelings, if you can't tell from this like time on this channel. So stuff like that may be popping up over there. It's probably going to be a lot dirtier videos than what I've done in the past, and that not like I'm going to be blue language or anything, but I'm probably not going to be polishing them as much as I was, because I just want to get into the habit of getting a video recorded and whoosh. just having seen some of the channels that blew up this year that I'm following, the lesson that I learned this year is I put too much effort into the things I do. That's my lesson from 2022. I try too hard.
Wasn't that your lesson in 2021 too?
No, that was, wow, I can really burn myself out when I just set the entire throw the entire candle into a deep fryer.
Oh,
Because forget this lighting it at both ends. Why would you just light it at both ends? You just chuck it into a deep fryer. Like magic. Makes everything go whoosh. That's kind of the lesson that I learned last year. So there is a car moving very slowly past my house. So that might actually be my cousin. I think she's pulling in. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get going. I'm not planning on doing anything this weekend because after the week I've had, I'm kind of calling it off. I will definitely be doing Sunday Fun Day because I need to. I desperately need to, because I need some sense of normalcy in my life, which I've not gotten. So if you're not in the Discord, the link should be below. We get together every Sunday at like 5, 6-ish. Yeah, somebody's here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I've got to get going. Sorry for the quick run. Bye.
Bye.